Jai Hind everyone, welcome back to the Patriotic IS. We will start our current affairs classes. These classes are very much crucial and they can be impactful for your UPSC preparation as well as UPPCS preparation. So let's start with the sectional and paper-wise discussion. We will start with GS paper 1, the topic that has been covered in the Hindu, and they are associated with GS paper 1. The first topic that is covered is the IMD forecast above normal monsoon this year. So here, you must be knowing that the monsoon season start with the apparent shift of the sun rays between the two tropic of Cancers, Cancer and Capricorn. So here you will see that the monsoon start in June and it consistent till the September, and this there is the spell of the wet and dry spells in between. The main factor that influence our rainfall pattern mainly depend upon the temperature and pressure condition in the oceans, two oceans, particularly Pacific Oceans and Indian Ocean. So here you will see that the two terms that is given in here, that is the El Nino and Enso. Already we have discussed El Nino and La Nina. Here you will see that the ENSO, El Nino Southern Oscillation, you will find that the southern oscillation, this is associated with the Walker circulation. Walker was a geographer. He was searching about how the pressure condition and the temperature condition across the world influence the regional precipitation. He find that yes, there is the connection, and that is known as the teleconnectivity. So please, the term he used to bring the relation between the temperature pattern and the pressure pattern across the globe, and that impact the region, that is known as the teleconnectivity. This is known as the teleconnectivity. So it was established by the Walker, and that's why this is known as the Walker circulation. One of the example of the Walker circulation is, you will find that is in the Central and the Eastern Pacific. Let me show you that. So here you will see that the ENSO, and this is the periodic fluctuation in the sea surface temperature and atmospheric pressure, and this is particularly into the equatorial Pacific Oceans, and also this significantly impact the region of India, also the Australia. Okay, so here you will see that this impact the Indian monsoon, and it's influence the rain pattern in India as well as Indonesia and the Australia region. So here you will see that the Sir Gilbert Walker, he was the British physicist, and he started taking the connection between the region, particularly the oceanic region, and temperature and pressure condition, and the impact in the land, particularly the area connected with this pattern. So here you will see that this is the correlation between atmospheric pressure pattern across the distant region. So ANSO, that is influenced by the particularly the temperature and pressure condition in this area. Already we have seen that this temperature and pressure condition, if this Peru's coastal area, if here it is changing, so here it will also change, and that's why the circulation is fluctuated. Here the pattern you will see, and this influence the overall precipitation across the globe, particularly the region that is very much connected with this region, and particularly Indian monsoon is impacted by this. So ENSO phenomena, first of all you should know the definition. ENSO is the periodic fluctuation in the sea surface temperature and atmospheric pressure, particularly the equatorial Pacific. So UPSC, in the UPSC prelims, they can ask about the what is the ENSO, and you should know the definition to answer the concept of ENSO. Concept of ENSO is very much associated with the what? El Nino. You will see that the normal Walker circulation is the temperature and pressure condition across the Peruvian coast and the Australian coast, particularly the which area of the Australia? This is the western, it is the here. This is the eastern coast and this is the western coast. and from here to here there is the water oceanic circulation, and you will see that this is the wind and air circulation. So this is the impact. The second phenomena that influence the Indian monsoon is the IOD, Indian Ocean Dipole, Bharatiya Mahasagar Dvidhruva. That is the Indian Ocean Dipole. The same the manner that is influence the El Nino condition, like it is in the Pacific. If the same type of the dipole, particularly two pole of the pressure and the temperature condition of the contrasting in nature is arises, that give the situation of the Indian Ocean dipole. The thing only will change is it is Pacific to the Indian Ocean. El Nino La Nina condition we were seeing into the Pacific Ocean, but this IOD that is in the Indian Ocean. Here you will see that this is India, and this area, Indian Ocean region, you will see that when the water is warmer here and it is a bit cool here, so this is the creation of the positive IOD, Indian Ocean Dipole. Positive IOD is good for the rainfall in India. Here, if there is a positive IOD, so rainfall will be above the normal. Are you getting this? Indian Ocean Dipole is the same type of phenomena as we have seen in the La Nina and El Nina. The difference only here is that the La Nina, El Nina that is created due to the water temperature condition and the atmospheric pressure condition in the Pacific Ocean, particularly the 2 points, that is the Peruvian coast. It is just a western part of the South America, and the Australian coast. So here in the Indian Ocean Dipole, it is the particularly this region where this Arabian Sea starts, and this is the Sumatra area. Sumatra, Java Sumatra, that is part of the Indonesia. There is the Sumatra area, and here if there is the low temperature is low, means it is cooler, and here the temperature is high. In that condition, here you will see that if the temperature is high, so pressure will be low, and this condition will create a circulation pattern here, and this will result into the more moisture and the more rainfall in India. So positive IOD means more rainfall in India, higher monsoon rainfall. Are you clear with this? Just know one concept. Like the La Nina, it is the positive IOD. La Nina, the condition will be higher rainfall in India. The same is if IOD is positive, and positive IOD, just it is the temperature where it is low and where it is high that define the IOD, Indian Ocean Dipole. Indian Ocean Dipole. So to reduce your confusion, one thing you should be clear, positive means the temperature in this area will be high. This is the red. Whenever you warm anything, that becomes red, and this is the sign, and here it is the cool. This is the blue. So positive IOD, it means this western side of Indian Ocean will be warmer, and eastern side of the Indian Ocean will be cooler. Okay. I hope this is clear. The positive IOD means positive rainfall. You can create the relation. Positive means positive. Now the question comes that what happens if there is the positive IOD and El Nina both are existing at the same time. So we are talking that what will happen if there is the positive IOD and the same times there is the El Nina. What will happen in this condition? So here the positive IOD will create more rainfall, and El Nina condition will create the drought condition. So this will be balanced, and more or less it will be the normal condition. Is it clear for you? If both exist at the same time, if El Nina condition is also existing and the positive IOD is also existing, In that case, it will be balance each other. This is sign of the low rainfall. This is the sign of high rainfall. So they will balance each other. What will happen if the La Nina condition happen? La Nina and positive IOD. IOD is the positive. In that condition, there will be the flood condition, very high rainfall, high precipitation, and the flood condition, particularly into the Indian monsoon area, Indian subcontinent. Is it clear? Flood condition, La Nina, because in the La Nina condition, we see that there is the high rainfall. If there is the positive IOD, again the high rainfall, there will be the flood condition. What happens if there is the negative IOD? Negative IOD, and if there is in this area, it is the El Nino. El Nina. Here you will see that this will result into the less precipitation, less rainfall, again El Nina, less rainfall. In that condition, it will be the very high severe drought condition. Clear? Easily you can logically establish each other. Negative IOD and El Nina. El Nina. El Nina, low rainfall. And here IOD, low rainfall. So the condition will be what? Drought condition, low rainfall in both conditions. What will happen if the negative IOD and the La Nina? If its situation is reversed and it is La Nina, so it will be the positive, more rainfall, and here less rainfall, and this will balance each other. Is it clear? UPSC asks many times question basis on this All Nina, La Nina, and ENSO. So first of all, we just understood that what is the La Nina, El Nina. The same thing that happens in the Pacific Ocean create the La Nina, El Nina. For the El Nina, it is the cold current near the Peru coast that replaced by the warm current. Simple thing, you can remember. And in the case of positive IOD, Indian Ocean dipole, two dipole, one will be into the Western Indian Ocean and other will be into the Eastern Indian Ocean. The location you can understand, it is the Arabian Sea, and here it is the Sumatra Sea. And in the between that, if Sumatra Sea the temperature is low, and if there is in the Arabian Sea area, the temperature is high, means warmer, and here the cooler, there will be the positive rainfall, more rainfall into the Indian Ocean continent. Two concepts you can easily understand in both El Nina condition, La Nina condition, and positive IOD and negative IOD. Now you can come at the ENSO, El Nino and the Southern Oscillation. So you have to understand what is the ENSO. Before ENSO, you should know that this concept was provided by the what is the relationship between the regional pattern of the climate and the oceanic pattern of the temperature and the pressure condition. He was researching on that. He find that if there is the particular pattern on the ocean and there is the correlation with the adjacent mass land, particularly the continent, Australia, Indian Ocean subcontinent. So here you will see that he find that there is at the equator into the particularly in the Pacific Ocean, there is a correlation between this both pole, and there is the circulation pattern of the air that is known as the Walker observation in the sea surface temperature and atmospheric pressure. So the same El Nina condition that creates before that there is the change in the circulation pattern, and this is known as the Walker circulation. And if there is the change due to this fluctuating pattern, this is known as the ENSO, El Nino Southern Oscillation. Both are existing at the same time. So please remember all these things. How this impact our Indian monsoon, this has been already discussed. Now next news we are going to discuss is the birth date being properly registered. So here already we have discussed that there was the reporting from the different hospitals, and particularly it was from the Home Ministry that has find that many of the hospitals, they are not properly registering death and the birth. It is the responsibility of the hospital to properly register death and birth if any such thing is taking place in their hospital. Even if I am outsider, if I go for the death and birth registration in any of the hospital with the proof, they have the responsibility to register it. Okay. So here it has been found that the 10% of the hospital, even if there is the birth that is taken place in their hospital, or there is the death that is taken place in their hospital, they are not registering and they are not reporting. Neither that even if they are registering, they are not reporting to the registrar office. It is the Registrar General of the India that is the main authority at the center level, and at the state level there are the registrars that are appointed by the state government. But at the center level it is totally controlled by the Government of India, Union government, that is the Registrar General of India, and he works under the Ministry of the Home Affairs. So here it is mandatory to report all the death and the birth within the 21 days of this particular taking place. So here you will see that how there is so much lacuna and discrepancies in this hospital. You will find that the civil registration system, the government hospital acts as the registrar. Okay, so here already we discussed that this government hospital, they are the center for the registration of the death and the birth, and if they are not registering within the 21 days, that is the maximum period they have to report. If they are not reporting, that's a result into there is the provision for the penalties. Okay, so it was recently introduced by the 2023 amendment to the Registrar Act, and here you can see that. Further, it has mentioned that as per 2023 Act, effective from the October 1, 2023, all the births and the deaths in India, it should be the digitally registered, and it should be provided on the platform that is known as the Civil Registration System portal. So now we have shifted, particularly from the October 2023, that it is mandatory to register digitally so that you can transfer the data in an easy manner. Collection, modification, editing, amendment, all things become easy if it is the digital registration. So here you will see that from October 2023, again all the proof, particularly for your birth certificate, particularly that is if there is the need that you have to submit in the case of if you are going for your registration in educational institution, or you are going for the job, or you are going for the marriage certificate, all that has been become on the basis of your birth certificate. So this birth certificate, particularly into the digital form, that has been before that, even this system, if it was not there. Before that, it was you have to puzzle between your 10th certificate, different areas you have to move. But after this registrar's amendment from the 2023, the only proof that you have to show is the birth certificate from the hospitals. That becomes your date of birth for your educational admission or your job recruitment, anywhere, even your marriage certificate, all the places you need this digital birth certificate. So this has been mandatory. This is you should know by the normal, in the general way as well. Now you will see that this data that is collected under this registrar system, that is useful for the National Population Register, and this is the prior step before we go for the citizenship. And further, the first step, you have to bring the National Population Register. Under that register, there will be all the residents of the India, they will be registered. After that, it will further converted into the citizenship by the further inquiry, further the verification of the proof. You will see that the first National Population Register that was prepared into the 2010, and it was verified into the 2015. So this is the only thing we have, and it was done by the door-to-door enumeration covering near about 119 crore residents. So I said that it is the collection of the residents into the National Population Register. So population means the residents, not the citizenship. And this further process turned into the citizenship, uh, granting of the citizenship after the verification. All these things you should know. Again, in the down, it has given that the Citizenship Act of the 1955, the first step toward the citizenship, it is to create the National Population Register, and after that National Register for the citizenship, this will be the end result after the verification. Is it clear? I hope this is clear to you. The national register, national population register, and there is the national register for the citizenship. To register, normal, you must register, means if you have to take the entry and the collection of the data, what do you do? There is the register, you fill the name, and if it is for the population, this will be the national population register. After the verification of the citizenship proof, you will have to give in the national register for the citizenship. In this registry, your name will be there. Is it clear? You must know that the Citizenship Act has been provided under our article by the our Constitution, and it is in the part 2 of the Constitution. Part 2 start from the Article 5, and it goes to the Article 11. So please remember this Article 5. First of all, Part 2 of the Indian Constitution, Part 2 of Indian Constitution that talks about the citizenship. And from Article 5 to Article 11, this talks about the further different provisions, like the what will be the provision for providing the citizenship when we just got our independence, when we proclaim our republic by the proclaiming our constitution. After that, it further talk about which authority will have the power to make law with respect to the citizenship. So you should know that it is the parliament which have the power to make the laws on the citizenship. I hope this is clear. Further, this article talks about the what has been our track record after 2020 2011. We do not have the census data, and any of the data related to the population, we are dependent on this registrar. This the birth and the death registrar. By the 2011 data, we just add and subtract the number of the death and the number of the birth, and by that we are getting the overall population. So overall our schemes by the government is framed by this data. That's why this data become very important in the absence of the national census. Is it clear? Again, you should have the clarity. This collection of the data is given to the at the state level, and they provide the data to the center, and center collect all this data and provide at the national level. So it should be clear. The data is essential for the socio-economic planning because all of the schemes, whether the beneficiary that we have to provide or not, all that is based on. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so in the last 2 years, we do not have the data to frame our law, to make our schemes. So this is the showing that whenever you are going to write how there is the lacuna in the making or the framing of the schemes or the policy, you can bring this, we do not have the updated data. Maybe this registry on the digital form that can reduce this data gap and the delay in the data updation. All this can be resolved by this. Next important news that we are going to cover is very much associated with the society, GS paper 1, and this is very important topic that has been covered. You can use this not only in the GS paper 1 society, you can also use into the ethics as well as essay. This news is talking about the understanding the obsession with the fair skin tones and the skin lightening treatment. So it is talking about that the people have the obsession to look fairer, means white color and the dark and the black color. So there is the obsession to be perceived, to be recognized at the fair color, or the being beautiful, handsome, and smarter. All that is associated with this. This is the social perspective. And due to this pressure of being look like the fairer and the look like white handsome, many a times people go for the skin lightening treatment. So you can use simply, you all must have been using some type of the cream, Fair and Lovely. It was before the White and Lovely, something like every this fair cream type of the company they advertise. The thing is that what is to do with this fair color in the society? This is just a mental perspective to associate your skin color and skin color with your status, your being intelligence, being success, being that much forward. All that things comes on your skin color. That has been become the central point of the debate, and this debate started with the one of the comment even on the chief secretary of the Kerala. She is the IS officer, and even she was commented that due to her color, she is not that much potential. She is not that much smart, beautiful, all these things. So here it is about to the Sarda Murlidharan, she faced such type of the comment, and particularly on the social media platform. So you can see that even the position, what is your position in the administration or in the society, that doesn't matter. The matter is that what is the color of your skin. So here it is given. So if you will go with the skin color, particularly this is associated with the where you are situated geographically. It is due to the geographical location of your region that makes the particularly the skin color looks fair or the look darker. So here you will find that it is on the equator, the body adopt to more melanin. So here you will see that the skin color become, here you will see that due to the melanin, the skin color become the darker. Here it is given melanin. More melanin, this is the chemical constitution, and this impact your skin color. And if you go will further from the equator, maybe it could be the topic of Cancer and Capricorn. Further you move toward the pole as you go at the higher altitude and latitude, particularly the latitude. If you talk about the latitude, you move from the equator to the higher latitude, you will find that there is the less melanin, and this is due to this result into the lighter pigmentation, and your color of the skin become the more fairer. So this is the thing here you can get. So this is the geographical condition. However, the perception of how your behavior, how your character is there, that depend upon your color, that is start with the society. It has the historically linked, and historically it was perceived that those who have the fair and color, they are the good, and who have the dark, they are the bad. Such type of the thing, and it was strengthened, it was became more deeper into the society due to the British rule. Whites man burden, the concept they brought that the whites man have the burden to do for the darker and the brown people. They brought all this thing, and that exists still. That mindset of the British that they propagated, you can still find into the people in India. So here you will see that the fairness gradually came to be associated with the refinement, aspiration, and the moral character. Means if you are fair, your morality is high. Here it has been further discussed that while the culture beliefs sustain, the demand for the lighter skin is more and more. And you will find that if you will go for the skin treatment, they use such type of the chemical that is not good for your health, and it is very much deteriorating not only to your skin but the latter your overall health prospect that is marginalized and impacted. Here you will see. For example, it has given that the prolonged use of the lead for the thinning of your skin, acne and infection, uneven pigmentation. So this result into the acne, infection and uneven pigmentation. If you will prolonged this beautician creams, so this result into the use of particularly there are the side effects as well. So growing trend of the combining this cream and which blend the steroids with the antifungal or the bleaching. This irrational mixing not only damage your skin but also promote the resistance, especially to the fungal treatment. If you are impacted by the some of the fungal disease, if you are going for the further treatment, that medicine will be not that much effective. So please remember all these things. This concept of the fair color with the good and a dark color with the bad, that is more prevalent in the areas such as Asia, Africa and Latin America, where the color of the people is a bit darker or the brown. And often as a symbol of the progress, many society they have accepted that yes, if there is the fair color, this is the modernity. And India, those messages are reinforced through the advertisement, film, and the matrimonial listing. You will find that in the pictures, maximum the actress that is taken from the fair color. Okay, again the actor, the main protagonist. Even if you will see that in the film matrimonial sites, there is the demand for the color of the bride or the bridegroom should be this particular color. So this is the main thing. The demand is going on, and even our mindset is going on. So it has the impacted the real character building, real improvement in your morality, your ethics. All this thing is marginalized if you will judge people on the basis of the color of the skin. That has been here discussed. Here you will find that the lighter skin is seen as the asset in the work and in relationship everywhere, everyday interaction. That is why the changing this attitude is not just about the products but also about the perception. So the most important thing to change all this thing, this type of the mindset, we need to change the perception, and we should promote any color irrespective of the color of the skin, the character, the merit of the particular people. And beside that, here you will find that the pharmacist must stop selling this drug without the prescription. The one suggestion that is given that how we could prevent this ill effect of this use of the skin cream, particularly if the pharmacist, they should ask for the prescription from the doctors. After that, they should provide. Otherwise, generally we see that such type of the instruction guideline is not followed by the pharmacist. They just focus on how they can sell their product, because these fair skin creams, they have the high margin of the profit, and that's why they are easily sold by these. The other thing that this article is talking that where we should start to improve, to reform this thing, the color thing that is in our mindset, that this particular color is good, this color is bad. So here it has been recommended that we should start all this thing from the schooling. From the very initial stage, we should start teaching our children that there is nothing to do with the skin color, even if it's darker or the brown, that doesn't matter. The character, the particular behavior of the person that should matter. So it should be inculcated from the very basics. And here the role of media also become is a very crucial. The role of the cinema become very crucial, because the way they show the thing, the love between the actress and the actors, particularly the hero and heroines, depend upon the how beautiful she is looking, and how the beauty comes on the color of the skin. So all these things should be discarded. Even day-to-day use of our words, that how white you are, how fair you are, and how beautiful you are, such type of the things should be changed. That has been discussed here. This is very important. You can use, it is very much important for the mains perspective. Next news that we are going to cover is from the GS paper 2, and this is the polity section. Here you will see that the first news that is talking from this section will see if federal relationship need more transparency. Judge, particularly Justice Kurian Joseph, has said that we will see that whether we need more glass notes and perestroika. So here you will see that these two words that has been used during the Cold War, particularly at the end of the Cold War, it was the Mikhail Gorbachev, the president of the USSR. He used these two words to reform the USSR system. During the Cold War, the world was divided into the two polarity. One was the Western world led by the US, other was the communist world that was led by the Russia, USSR, that was led by the Russia. So particularly in the 1985 to 1990s, it was led by the Mikhail Gorbachev, and he said that if we want to sustain the USSR, we need some reform, particularly into the providing the transparency and also providing the more and more restructuring in the economy, the right to be freedom of speech, the right to choose the type of government, the right to choose the party system, all that become on the basis of the glasnost and the perestroika. And many a times it was blamed that this two policy that was the main reason for the disintegration of USSR. So please remember all these things. So here it is talking about in the center-state relationship, we need to bring the transparency and more freedom to do the work, particularly in the case of the federal system. You must know that our constitution is a bit centralist, means the more power is given to the union and the center due to the condition during our freedom struggle, particularly when we were writing our constitution. There was the divide between the society, and we wanted to bring integrity and unity in the different community, and that's why we brought more power to the union. But the thing is that the same constitution also provides a federal provision so that we can maintain a balance between the union government and the state government. So here recently we saw that there was the role of the governor that has been questioned, the role of the president that has been questioned, particularly now we are questioning the role of the particularly the state government and use of the different provision of the constitution, like the Article 356 to control the states, where particularly those party that is in the power at the center, but they are not in the power at the states. They use such type of the thing, and the judiciary want to bring the reform in that. Particularly, we have brought a reform by recently pronounced verdict under the judgment under the government of Tamil Nadu versus governor of Tamil Nadu and others case. And here we saw that we have brought some restriction on the power of governor under Article 200 and 201. That particularly gives the relation power duties of governor in case of if there is a act bill that is passed and it goes for the assent to the governor. So here again, you will see that the extradition. Now the next news that is talking about the extradition tough till conditions improve in the prison. So here, Madan B. Lokur, he was the judge of the Supreme Court. Now he is working into the UN justice system, and here he has brought a report. The name of the report are the India Justice Report 2025. This initiative started by the Tata Trust and the different social organization. They have brought that there is particularly a higher hurdle that is being created due to the demand for the reform into the prison. The prison condition in India is not that much at the standard level that is being demanded at the particularly Western countries. Western countries, they have the higher standard of the prison, particularly the way they provide the food, they provide the accommodation, the area where the prisoners lives. So all these conditions are very much deteriorating, very much low in India. And that's why whenever the extradition treaty comes, so the countries from the developed countries, for example, we are now trying to bring the Choksi from the Belgium to India. Yesterday we saw that. But the thing is that before extradition to be reached at the culmination, the countries from the West, they try to observe, investigate what is the condition of prisons in India, and they find that they are overcrowded. You will surprised to know that the near about more than 50% of the prisoners in our prisons, those are under trial, means they have not been convicted. The case is still going on the trial into the court, and there is no verdict, is still there into the prison on the basis of the suspicion. So what about the human rights? Here the question about the human right of particularly those under trials, and all these things result into the rejection of the extradition agreement or the any of such thing that demand for the expedited extradition process. Next important news that we are going to discuss is the proclamation of democracy in legislative process. Okay, so here you will see that again it is talking about the same thing, that the power of governor and the power of the president under Article 200, 201, again under Article 200, it was 111 for the president. So this again there is the repetition of the same news already we have covered. One thing you should know that the previous judgment, that was the government of the Tamil Nadu, that was brought by using a very extraordinary power under Article 142 of the Constitution that gives Supreme Court power to do the complete justice, and doing the complete justice, the Supreme Court can bring even amend the Constitution by their judgment and the verdict. Again, we will see that under this judgment we have brought the change in the amendment into the Constitution. So you can give the example of how we can bring the constitutional amendment by the judicial verdict. One of the example is that here it has the time limit that has fixed. Again, you will see that even there is the confusion that what happens if the bill is reserved by the governor for the consideration of the president. So main confusion is arising here, that bills comes to the governor has preserved that particularly for the consideration of the president. So if the presidents think that it should be returned for the consideration by the state legislature, so the time limit here it is given that within the 6 month the state legislature has to pass and again send it to the president. So what happens if they've sent but the president is not taking the decision? If the president is delaying that particular decision, again this judgment has brought this precedents under the judicial review as well, that how much time presidents should take. So even not a concrete number has been given, but yes, they have given that president have to take the decision as soon as possible. The article talking about this constitution interpretation should be organic interpretation. Organic interpretation means it should not be very rigid and very static. As per the demand of the time, the interpretation of the judiciary should be there. So here the judgment again shows that the organic nature of the interpretation by the judiciary. So this has been mentioned here. Our judicial system, particularly the constitution, has been evolved through the judicial interpretation. Here it is given that it started with the A.K. Gopalan case, and now recently we have seen under the K.S. Puttaswamy case, the major judgment that has evolved the constitution. Now is the Tamil Nadu government decision case is also a part of evolutionary nature of the constitution by the judicial verdict. So it started with the A.K. Gopalan. In that case, again, it was questioned that the nature of the Article 22 or 21, whether it is the due process of law or the procedure established by law. Here, the A.K. Gopalan case, Supreme Court was not that much strong. It didn't take a very strong decision in the favor of the positive interpretation, but they have just interpreted in a very literal and a book manner, that they just read that it is the procedure established by law. But in the case Puttaswamy, we have seen that the very liberal interpretation, they have brought overall change in the constitution itself. Here for the the condition has given in what condition we can conserve the particularly the decision of the governor and the president, for how long we can hold. Next news that we are going to take is the approach to regulating AI. So here, AI is very recent development and it is evolution in the technology. So here, many of the government, they have not a concrete law. The proper law is missing. Recently, we have seen that some of the states, some of the countries, they have brought some of the very specific law related to the AI. In AI, we see that the different type of the issue, particularly there is the safety issue, inclusivity issue, and the human right issue, because there is the impact on our privacy that could impact on our intellectual property rights, lot of other things that has been brought under the impact of the artificial intelligence AI. So here, how we can bring a proper law? We have followed the European country. Europe have brought law with respect to this AI, and this particular law is here it is given, Digital EU General Data Protection Regulation. On the basis of this, we have brought the Digital Personal Data Protection Act. We continuously see this act is in the scrutiny due to the violation of RTI. Yesterday we covered that this is impacting our right to information. But the thing is that how much it is able to address particularly the area of our human right, social safety, and beside that inclusivity. What is the inclusivity? Inclusivity particularly associated with how much we are able to bring the different section of the society, particularly the marginal section of the society, within the ambit of AI, so that they can also get some benefit of the AI. So here, this inclusivity also should be brought, how we can resolve. Here it is given that the countries who have brought recently the law, particularly we saw the China, European Union, Canada, Korea, Peru, even the US brought, but this has not been given again, it has been not that much given sanction by our new president of US, Donald Trump. Further, we have seen that some of the countries who have drafted the law with respect to AI, they are the UK, Japan, Brazil, Costa Rica, Colombia, and Pakistan. Many of the countries, they have provided just the guideline with respect to the AI. 85 countries are there. So this shows that the evolving nature of the AI and the regulation associated with this particular area. In India, we have seen that the Niti Aayog has brought a document titled National Strategy for the Artificial Intelligence, and it was brought in 2018, and it's talk about how we could promote the AI, how could we can minimize the safety, particularly the risk associated due to the AI. We have also talked under this how we can protect the intellectual property rights, how we should make it the more inclusive, so that it could be not be just confined to some elite section or some elite companies. So we have brought all this provision under this Niti Aayog document. So please remember all these points that yes, India have a document and it was brought by the Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is the main policy making body, think tank body of the India. So whenever the question comes, do we have any policy? Yes, we have the policy, and we have brought very much similar to the EU. Mostly our this regulation and guideline with respect to the AI has been appreciated in the, only there has been the criticism in the exceptional case, particularly when it is violating the right to information. That was the particular area, otherwise the right to privacy that has been protected under our this guideline. Next news that we are going to cover is the why are the ASA workers protesting in the Kerala. So you should know that the ASA workers, this concept is started, when it was started, any one of you please answer. You can answer into the response chat section. We can discuss, we can make this conversation, this session more engaging, more effective, more fruitful by both way interaction. So here on your response chat, you can give your answer, and here we will be discussing your points as well. So here the main thing that ASA worker, what is the full form of the ASA worker? They are the accredited social health activist. It started with the 2005 National Rural Health Policy. We started by that. The thing is that it was started, the ASA workers, under this National Rural Health Policy mission. We thought that they will be just a volunteers to help help government scheme to reach it to the last mile of the our people, last situated people. So ASA workers were to be acted as the mediator, particularly to bring it closer to the government scheme associated with the children and women's. So we started this by the volunteers, but the latter we started giving the salary, and this salary is known as the monthly honorarium. So this is particularly not a fixed salary, and this salary was associated with the different conditions they have to follow. And many a times even this 7,000 they were not provided. This 7,000, this has been provided by the state government, particularly in the case of the Kerala. Different government provide different salaries. Kerala government is claiming that they are providing the 7,000, and they are claiming that this is the highest in the states. In all the states, it is the Kerala that is providing the 7,000. Other states, they are not providing even a 7,000. The 3,000, that is the incentive, this is provided by the union government. Okay. So total it could be the 10,000. Beside that, this 10,000 is not the maximum. This 10,000 could be also, it could change, it could increase on the basis of the where they are working. If they are working in the tribal area or the some of the very remote or the backward area, in that case, this ASA worker will be provided some other incentive. So it could be 1,000 or 2,000. And as per Kerala government, they are giving this salary from 10,000 to 30,000, means 3,000 more in the case of if the ASA worker, they are working into the tribal area. The thing is that there is the demand from the ASA workers, particularly in the Kerala, that they are demanding that in the Kerala, the minimum wage is the 700 to the 1,200. And they are asking that their salary should be increased to the 21,000. This monthly honorarium, this should be 21,000. So this amount is very high as per the Kerala. They are talking about this is not our scheme. This is particularly started by the union government, and whatever the increase should be there, it should be in the incentive that is provided by the union government. You should know that this monthly honorarium, this is totally provided by the state government. This incentive is provided by the combination of state government and union government, and it is to the ratio of the 60:40. This incentive only. So here it is given that this incentive is provided by the center and state in the ratio of the 60:40. So here Kerala government is talking about, okay, we are already providing the very high amount as compared to the other state, and the state finance doesn't permit to provide the accept this demand of the 21,000. Okay. But the thing is that they, due to this protest become very intense, they accepted that yes, we could remove this criteria of the ASA workers to get this salary. We will not provide the criteria, we will directly provide the 10,000 rupees to the 13,000 rupees. without judging for the any criteria. They have accepted, but they are not ready to accept this increase in salary. This is the main tussle point. Now already this conflict is going on. Here we see that there is the involvement of the Kerala ASA Health Workers Association, that is known as the KAHWA. They have leading this protest of the ASA workers. So this is all about. The main thing is here. In the end, this Kerala government accepted, okay, we will increase the 3,000, but still they have constituted a committee to give the report on what is the condition of the ASA workers. Here, the main thing you should know that these ASA workers have the very crucial role, and they should be given some respectful salary. At least it should be the 15,000, 20,000, something like that. Their demand is not bad. Beside that, that demand is very much genuine. There is no such any extreme thing. They are demanding very high amount. This is normal thing. Beside that, one thing more they are demanding that after the retirement, they should be given a lump sum amount of the money. They are asking for it should be the 5 lakh. They want 5 lakh that should be given so that they could start something. Okay, so all these things that has been discussed in this article. Next article that is we are going to discuss is from the GS paper 3. The first is the retail inflation at its lowest in the 2019. So this is good for the economy. If the inflation is low, so the RBI can take the decision to reduce the interest rate. Already we have seen that there was reduction in the interest rate, and that could positively impact the growth rate of the economy as well as the employment scenario. So the balance is needed, and here the RBI have the chance, and we recently saw there was a cut in the interest rate. This was only due to this control on the inflation. Next news is associated with the Congress rejects some Modi comments on the Kancha Gochibali. This is the land near the Hyderabad University. There has been allegation that the state government of the Telangana, they tried to divert this land for the purpose of the commercial use, but there was so much diversity of the species, many of the species that are very unique, and many of them are they are the endangered species. Their population could be go to the level of the extinct. So there was a lot of protest, and there was a lot of the videos that was brought from this particular area gone viral. So here you can see that at least the two parties are blaming each other. At least we are getting some data. Here you can see that even Telangana government has criticized the BJP government that they have taken many decisions where they have diverted land for the commercial purpose, and they have not provided for the compensatory afforestation. Compensatory afforestation is a provision, the alternative that has been provided, that whenever you divert some land for the commercial use, you should provide some of the other land for the growth, particularly to do the conservation work, particularly to afforestation work. So here the amount is submitted in a particular fund and a particular bank account, and that is only used for this afforestation activities. Here you will see that the Congress has accused BJP that they have converted at least 33,251 acres of the forest land for the various development project in the last 10 years. Over 3 lakh of the hectare of the forest cleared in 2014. So it is a higher amount. Okay. And this amount of the land has been diverted by the BRS and the help of the union government. So all these things you can write, you can use these points whenever you are writing the answer for your environment section. Operation Chakra, this is associated particularly with the digital arrest and the cyber crime. So please remember that digital arrest, already we see a lot of news and advertisement with respect to the digital arrest. Already Modi ji recently in his Mann Ki Baat has explained that what is the digital arrest. You should know, you should be very aware that digital arrest is a type of the cyber crime and the fraud. Under that, a criminal, a cyber hacker or a criminal that will use the digital platform. Digital platform could be a use of your WhatsApp call, video call, or the simple call, and they will call you and they will show you, they will talk in such a voice that will be very much associated with your relatives or anyone, and they will say that you will be arrested, you have done some fraud, and they will bring in such a manner that it's so that just real investigation is going on. They will be coming to you in the video call, and they will be in the uniform of the police officer or the investigation officer. They will talk in such a manner at the hierarchy level that there will be the constable, there will be the SI, there will be the CEO, there will be the SP, all there will be linked to chan. They will be talking with each other, like you will feel that yes, there is some real crime I have done. And you know that the many of the officers who have accumulated their money by the corruption and other means, they just scared. Yes, maybe they have known something already I have done in the past. They just interpret in their mind, and by that they got in the trap. Even a normal person, they got into the trap. They will accuse some of the a person who is innocent that you have done some crime, your child has some done some crime such as the drug trafficking or anything, and they will start trapping you and making the pressure, and in the pressure you will transfer the money from your bank account to their bank account, and by that all thing will be ended. This is known as this digital arrest. So whenever such type of the calls comes to you, never scared, never fear. You should know that the police officers, any of the police arrest or anything, such thing never comes by the just by the digitally. It will always come by the your physical paper, and there will be the police officer. They will be come with the summon or anything. They will come, and they will give you chance to represent yourself by your lawyers. Always there will be the lawyers. This is the natural justice. The theory of the natural justice is that every person should be represented, and shall be given the chance to represent their even if they have done the crime, all proof are there, but still the person who have been alleged should be given chance to put their own view, so that you can take a rational decision. So digital arrest will never ask that you do not have the chance to use or the consult your lawyers. Always there is the chances, and this operation is known as the Operation Chakra 5. So please remember this. Next important news, again, it is the child traffickers, and this is particularly being done into the hospitals. The child has been stolen into the many of the hospital, and that's why there has been Supreme Court verdict that if there is any such case from any of the hospital, the license of this particular hospital should be suspended. So we have seen that the complicit engagement of the hospital in such type of the child trafficking. So to prevent, particularly this is happening with the marginalized section, the weaker section, they don't have the resource to go and complain and further further go forward with the cases. And that's why this is a solution. We have going to held accountability of the hospital in these cases. Next news is with respect to the IITs. NIT's placement data shows that the job market is stagnation. Stagnation means there is no progress, and it has been now fixed at the particular level. So particularly this is with you see that what is the condition of the IITs and NITs. There is the decrease in the number of placement, 10% decrease in the IITs, and even more than 10% decrease in the NITs. So if the status of these IITs, who are the premier institute at the national level, if that is of that, so what about the normal engineering colleges? So this is the condition you can see. Even their placement, they are average placement of the 3 lakh rupees, mean 25,000 per month. This is the placement level of the IITs and NITs. So this has been the economic condition or the overall condition of the health of the overall countries. You can find that. This is also showing the jobless growth in India. So this is all about from the today's news. Here we will conclude our session. Thank you for joining the session. All the best. Jai Hind.